Southern Mississippi's Golden Eagles travel to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on number 2 Alabama. We'll take a look at all the action. We'll meet Golden Eagle offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey and senior wide receiver Markese Triplett. And we'll look ahead to this week's game with the Mountaineers of Appalachian State at the Rock. Coming up today on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken.
This edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with Todd Monken is presented by Bancorp South, right where you are. And brought to you in part by Hattiesburg Coca-Cola. Want a taste of everything? Drink Coke Zero with real Coke taste and 0 calories. The City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, we love logistics. One Mississippi, now open for small business. And the University of Southern Mississippi. It's great to be a Golden Eagle. We'll be back with This Week in Southern Miss Football right after this.
What if you could create a bank that's just right for you? It'd have to be reliable, right? Familiar and dependable. But you'd also want big-time resources and financial tools to help you take care of the things that are important to you. You'd want a personal banker, someone who really knows you and can help you manage your assets, like offering a complete host of wealth management services. And there you go, Bancorp South. A bank that's, well, just right for you. Bancorp South, right where you are.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bancorp South. Golden Eagles last week on the road in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to take on the then second-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. And Todd, obviously not the result the Golden Eagles were looking for, but when you go back and look at the Alabama game, what sort of pops out in your mind?
Well, I really thought that we started fast. We decided we were going to take the football, try to give ourselves a chance to put a drive together, take some time off the clock, which we did. I thought we had guys make plays on the perimeter, which was good. I thought our guys up front continued their progress. And I thought defensively, till we got worn down a little bit, I thought we held them in check for a good part of the first half.
You started the game off with a drive, went down the field some 59, 60 yards, got a field goal out of Corey Acosta. What were you able to do on that opening drive that got that drive going for you?
Well, we had a couple perimeter guys make plays, contested catches. We had one by Mike Thomas, who was for 18 yards, and I don't remember the other one to Casey Martin, how long it was, but those two plays enabled us to progress the ball without having to try and piece together second, third down plays. And so, again, that was probably the biggest thing. We had some guys on the perimeter make plays.
Alabama offensively, as you said, you sort of went toe-to-toe with them there early in the ball game. What were some things you were able to do defensively to have some success early in the game?
Well, I thought we tackled well. I don't think their skill guys got loose. I thought we defended the run pretty well until it got into the second half. And they did a nice job of mixing in some nakeds and some misdirection stuff that kind of got us off balance a little bit. But early on in the game, I thought our guys did a great job of really extending their drives. At times we didn't get off the field, but at least force them to extend drives and keep us within reach.
I guess a good news, bad news thing is Corey Acosta, another good night kicking the football, had 4 field goals, but you had some opportunities, particularly early in the ball game, to have not to settle for field goals, to go down and maybe get some touchdowns early on.
Well, it's frustrating. It's, here we were at a certain point, down 28-9. They'd had 4 opportunities, 4 touchdowns. We'd had 3 opportunities, 3 field goals. That's, if you score 3 touchdowns, it's 28-21. You're feeling a lot different. You're putting pressure on them to make plays, and that's the difference in the game. Is are you scoring touchdowns or are you kicking field goals?
When you look back, anybody on this team, your Golden Eagle team, that stands out that you thought had an excellent football game?
Well, first of all, let's start up front offensively. There were a number of mistakes made, but I thought our guys fought. I thought they communicated well. There are some things we need to clean up. I thought that part of it. I thought Nick Mullins, again, progressed, has played better. In every game since even last year, he's gotten better and better, and it was nice to see our guys on the perimeter make plays. Defensively, I thought our safeties really hit. I thought they really came to play. I thought our guys up front continued to fight, and if we'll continue to do that, we'll give ourselves a chance in every game moving forward.
Well, it was Southern Miss and the second-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday night over at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Let's go back and take a look at all the action.
Takes a snap. He's looking right. Now looks back left. Swings it left side. Caught underneath by Triplett. Triplett across the 35. Out across the 40. So near the 41-yard line. A 16-yard pickup and a first down for the Golden Eagles. Mullins takes a snap. Looks to throw. Fires left sideline. Leaping up to make the catch, Mike Thomas. And he goes down in Alabama territory near the 42. Markese signals. Now takes a snap, 3-step drop, fires down the left sidelines for Casey Martin. Comes back, and he made the catch down around the 20-yard line. Again, that back shoulder throw. Martin went up with a man hanging on him. 33-yard field goal try by Acosta. Off the right hash, kicks on the way. It's plenty long enough, and it's good, and the Golden Eagles are on the scoreboard. One back in the backfield, and there's a handoff, and the Eagles get a tackle for a loss. They gave it to Derrick Henry. Mullins takes a snap, looks to throw, fires long, left sideline. Makes a catch. Was he in bounds? Let's see. They gave it to him. Oh, yeah, he lands out at the 46. There's Saracen to punt. And kind of had some miscue in his steps that time. Boots it away. Hits around the 38-yard line. And the ball is knocked loose. Picked up by the Golden Eagles, but they're going to blow it dead. They're going to blow it dead around the 30-yard line. Snap back down. Acosta's kick on the way. It's long enough, and it's going to be good. So Acosta gets his second field goal. Hand it to Yeldon, sweeping left. He got hit and dropped for the Golden Eagles. Parks along his left side. Brings Ricard in motion. Hands it off to Parks around the right side. Parks at the 30, the 40, and bumped out of bounds up around the 45-yard line by the Crimson Tide. 2 left, 3 right, 5 receivers sent. Mullins looking, throws over the middle. Perfect pass caught by the Golden Eagles. Triplett down inside the 25 to the 23. Back down, kick on the way. That's plenty long enough, and that one's going to be good by Corey Acosta. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Mullins takes the snap under pressure, lobs it down the left side, and caught by Ito Smith. He avoids 1 tackler and takes it into Bama territory. Down to the 48-yard line of the Crimson Tide. Kick away by Saracen. That's a wobbly kick that's going to hit inside the 10, and it's going to be down near the 1 by Emmanuel Johnson. Shifts to the right side. Mullins takes his snap, throws it over the middle, and it's caught by Dathan Davis. Davis coming out of the backfield. Davis was able to make the catch. Mullins play action fake. Throws it under pressure, and it's going to be caught going down just inside the 40 by Cox. Tyler Saracen holds, snap back, kick up, and the kick is right down the middle for Corey Acosta. Takes a snap, leaves it with Jones. He got hit for a loss. He lost a yard and a half. 1 back as Coker goes up under center. Play action fake, rolls left, and he's being chased. Looking, runs the other way, and sacked by the Golden Eagles. Desmond McCullum sacked him back around the 13-yard line. Southern Miss goes down to defeat tonight, 52-12 to the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Gunnerman Group is a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going. Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business, and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
I love logistics.
One Mississippi, your health insurance marketplace, is open for small business. I'm Mississippi's Insurance Commissioner Mike Cheney, and I'm proud to say that One Mississippi is a one-stop shop where small business owners with 50 or fewer full-time employees can shop, compare, and choose from several flexible and affordable health insurance options. Enroll online at onemississippi.com or through an insurance agent. One Mississippi, now open for small business.
From the very beginning, your life was made up of a series of moments. Each moment requires you to make a choice. Sometimes you don't really have much of a choice. But for the moments that you do, the big moments, what will you choose? Choose to discover your own path, to defy expectations, to be challenged. Choose to ask, what if? To make a difference. Choose to give back. Choose to do something that matters and make every moment count. Choose Southern Miss.
Whittling it on down, B. Had 5 mental errors last night.
What are we going for now, right now?
Let's go for, we got to go for 0 every day. The reason I came to Southern Miss was just, I thought it was a great fit for myself and being a part of Coach Monken's staff, a guy that's young and energetic and an offensive guy like he is, which is, what I want to be and what I want to do. And I think it was a great opportunity. And then I think also the fact that I growing up in the state of Alabama and knowing a lot about Southern Miss and the tradition and then a great place for my family to live here in Hattiesburg, and that's been a great transition so far too. Toe to your target. Gunner, back up and work the 6-inch step now. Good. I really became an offensive guy because that's what I played. My dad was a receiver growing up, played at the University of North Alabama, was an All-American, played a little bit with the Bengals, and so I grew up learning from him about playing receiver. And of course you grow up and everybody wants to be the quarterback, and I was that for a long time. And then as I got to high school, I was 5'10" or 5'11", and we had another guy that could throw it, so I moved out to receiver and caught a lot of passes and just really became fascinated with the passing game. And then as I got into coaching in the late 90s and early 2000s, a lot of people weren't really spreading out and throwing it. It was kind of the, I think Hal Mumme and those guys that started doing that at Kentucky. And so I really became intrigued with that offense, and then it took off, and Mike Leach ends up at Texas Tech, and it just sprays out from there. And I just knew my first 4 years actually of a real coaching football job in high school was coaching the wide receivers and quarterbacks in a wing T offense, which it doesn't take a whole lot of skill to do that, I don't guess. But I knew when I got the opportunity to be a coordinator in high school or even hopefully in college that I was going to want to be a part of something like what we do here at Southern Miss and air raid offense. Like the Tin Man, we need to get an oil can out here and get you all lubed up. All right, let's go. One round, let's go. Well, I think our offensive team, as we improve, I think what you'll see is that we can get pretty good at throwing and catching it when we want to do it, not when we have to do it. I think that's important. And to do that, you have to have consistency, throwing and catching, route running, pass protection, all those things as they come together. And a lot of times, in everywhere I've been, it just takes a little bit of time to gel when you have a lot of new guys. And that's what's happened here, I think, over the last year or two, is some new guys in key spots and getting used to each other and the rhythm. The offense is very rhythmic, I think, and whereas the defense, hey, line them up, get them lined up right, and go hit them in the mouth and tackle. I think offense takes some rhythm, and I think the better we get, the more we're together, I think the better that's going to get. Scoot up, hold up, scoot up. Start 6 inches from the line, just like that. Good. Here we go. The thing that I really love about football at any level is it parallels to life, I think, a lot. Having to get up and go out every day and practice and really pay a price as a player. I think that's I think it teaches you a lot about life, no matter if you get into coaching or whatever you do for a living one day. So I think that's important, and having an influence on young people's lives, that's been important for me coming in from high school and now even into college the same way. A lot of guys that played for me and that were on teams that I coached very close to today, probably treat them more as friends now than they were, because I was a young guy back those days. So I think that's what's fun about football and different than a lot of sports is there's a commitment level to it without a doubt, and it's not easy. And we always say if it was easy, everybody'd be playing. We'd have, and football is usually one of those sports that cuts itself. You don't really have a tryout, so to speak. Basketball, you got to be skilled to make the team. Baseball, same thing. Football, there's a lot of times a role for everyone. For whatever talent level you are or whatever level you can play, and I think it's a great learning tool.
What if you could create a bank that's just right for you? It'd have to be reliable, right? Familiar and dependable. But you'd also want big-time resources and financial tools to help you take care of the things that are important to you. You'd want a personal banker, someone who really knows you and can help you manage your assets, like offering a complete host of wealth management services. And there you go, Bancorp South. A bank that's, well, just right for you. Bancorp South, right where you are.
And we're back, Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bancorp South. Well, this week our senior feature is on wide receiver Markese Triplett out of Louisville, Mississippi. And Todd, here's a guy who played early in his career at Southern Miss. He's battled some injuries throughout his career, but has really blossomed into an outstanding player for you.
Well, the year before I got here, he hurt his ankle, and so he's been battling that since we've been here. But he's a quiet leader on our team, leads by example. The guys follow him, and he has worked himself into being a good player. He's physical, he loves to play, and like I said, he's the heart and soul of our offense.
Well, let's meet him and spend some time with him, the senior wide receiver out of Louisville, Mississippi. Our guest this week, wide receiver Markese Triplett.
Mullins will take the snap, looking to throw on first down, steps up, throws down the center of the field. That's caught for a touchdown, Southern Miss. Wide open was Markese Triplett, and you couldn't throw it any better than Nick Mullins just threw that.
Well, what attracted me to Southern Miss was when I first got on the campus, it was friendly. I went to a bunch of other schools to, just for junior days and stuff. But when I got here, it just felt like home, and it's so compact, and everybody knows you, and it's not too many people, and the instructors, they get to know you. It's just a friendly environment. Well, I was strictly a receiver in high school, so I played a lot of positions, but that was my main position, receiver. So I really didn't run any routes in high school. They just threw me the ball out there and I made something happen. So coming to college, I had to learn a lot of routes. I didn't lift many weights, and it's just the college is very different from high school. Well, the biggest adjustment I had to make coming from high school to college was just looking up to other guys. Because in high school, I usually the star player is the guy, so we don't look up to people. So I looked up to the older seniors that played before me or whatever. And Coach Fedora to me was intimidating, so I was scared as a freshman. So I just did what they asked me to do, and I worked hard, and it paid off. Well, from last year to summer to now, we've improved a lot. I think it started with Nick, because at first he was kind of shaky because he was a freshman, but I feel like he's taking control, and I feel like he's doing what he needs to do as a leader of his offense. And being that this is my last year, I see big things, coming from Nick, and I just wish him the best of luck. I feel like, most of the guys that's, fifth year seniors or whatever, they seen a lot. And like I was telling DJ the other day that, I done seen so much here to, it's just nothing is new. So, what I'm saying? I just tell them to stay focused. And yeah, the seniors, they were doing a really good job, actually. And we got a lot of leaders that's not seniors, and, it's gonna be a good year. Well, right now I'm studying at Southern Miss is construction engineering. And I want to, actually I was talking to my granddad about it the other day about what I need to do, because he's in construction and my dad is in construction. And I want to go work with my granddad in Nebraska and on some on a lot of stuff, because he in the concrete business. So, whatever is out there for me, I just want to go and, make money.
Got him in group as a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going. Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
I love logistics.
One Mississippi, your health insurance marketplace, is open for small business. I'm Mississippi's Insurance Commissioner Mike Cheney, and I'm proud to say that One Mississippi is a one-stop shop where small business owners with 50 or fewer full-time employees can shop, compare, and choose from several flexible and affordable health insurance options. Enroll online at onemississippi.com or through an insurance agent. One Mississippi, now open for small business.
From the very beginning, your life is made up of a series of moments. Each moment requires you to make a choice. Sometimes you don't really have much of a choice. But for the moments that you do, the big moments, what will you choose? Choose to discover your own path, to defy expectations, to be challenged. Choose to ask, what if? To make a difference. Choose to give back. Choose to do something that matters and make every moment count. Choose Southern Miss.
And we're back once again, Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bancorp South. Todd, earlier in the show, we spent some time with your offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, Chip Lindsey. Talk about what Chip has brought to Southern Miss.
Well, first, a similar philosophy, what we want to do offensively, and then adding some things being at Auburn last year. The other thing is being a high school coach in Alabama and in Georgia, some recruiting ties that have been instrumental in bringing some guys here and will moving forward.
Well, Chip with the team now, and now let's turn to the our attention to the Appalachian State ball game that's coming up. This is a ball club that's got a pretty good tradition of football. They're off to a 1-1 start. Michigan and Campbell, their 2 games so far this year. When you've watched them on tape, what stands out about the Mountaineers of Appalachian State?
Well, again, making the transition from basically FCS to FBS. The bottom line is that they've got about anywhere from 12 to 17 returning starters, how you want to slice it. A lot of that experience on offense. All 5 offensive linemen returning, the quarterbacks returning. They've got 2 young, good running backs like we do. They do a really good job on offense in their experience. They're going to be a handful. Defensively, don't have as many returning starters, but they play hard. Their back end is where they've got some newcomers. But again, storied tradition. They expect to win when they take the field. And if you just look at last year, the way they finished and beating Georgia Southern last year, and then this year, competing pretty early on with Michigan and then blowing out Campbell. They're on the upswing. Scott's doing a great job.
What style of offense do they play? Are they a spread team? They like to move it around and play fast?
Very similar to what we've seen from Mississippi State and from Alcorn and when Sims is in for Alabama. Athletic quarterback, zone read principles, power read principles. You've got to prepare for the edge runs and then the quarterback to keep it up inside.
And defensively, what challenges do they present to the Golden Eagle offense?
Different than our defense. They're a 3-down defense. So you've got to prepare for the things that brings with different type pressures, different types of communication. Doing that and making sure we're communicating up front and on the same page is critical to our success this weekend.
So you've played 2 road games this year. Your last game last year was a road game, so 3 of the last 4 games have been on the road. Now you get to play 2 at home, Appalachian State and Rice. That'll be nice to sort of be back home and play before the home crowd and maybe get some momentum going.
No question. And I'm hopeful that we'll have a great crowd coming back from, 2 or 3 road games, have an exciting win 2 weeks ago, because we need a big crowd this weekend against a good Appalachian State team.
But coming off that, the victory over Alcorn, and you touched on it earlier in the show, I thought the team, they competed hard from start to finish. They came out with a lot of energy, a lot of positive momentum as they took on Alabama, and that's sure to carry over when you get back to the Rock.
No question. I mean, we're still building, and I think our guys each week have continued to build and gotten better, the guys that we've needed to, and we're only going to continue to get better.
Do you see certain areas where you see the team gets better, maybe a little bit at some times, maybe a larger amount other times, but do you see a lot of things when you go back and review the game where you see this team continue to get better?
No question. Last week you saw it with our skill guys on offense. You saw it with our O-line taking another step forward. You saw it with, again, our young secondary players. Those guys and our safeties playing more physical. You just see it. Our linebackers, again, the quality of opponent has masked that a little bit, but we're moving in the right direction.
All right, well, best of luck on Saturday, and we'll see you at the ballgame on
Thanks,
Saturday.
John.
All right, Coach Todd Monken of the Golden Eagles take on the Mountaineers of Appalachian State on Saturday at the Rock. Need to have you there. Need a big crowd on hand on Saturday. Don't forget, Thursday night we're at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Hattiesburg for the Golden Eagle Hotline with Coach Monken. So come on out, visit with us, and talk a little Golden Eagle football. That'll do it this week. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time with another inside look into Golden Eagle football.
This edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with Todd Monken has been presented by Bancorp South, right where you are. And brought to you in part by Hattiesburg Coca-Cola. Want a taste of everything? Drink Coke Zero with real Coke taste and 0 calories. The City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, we love logistics. One Mississippi, now open for small business. And the University of Southern Mississippi, it's great to be a Golden Eagle. This has been a presentation of IMG, America's home for college sports.